I'm glad to see that you're all doing okay. And I'm glad that you could all make it to this call, actually. We're missing only 3 or 4 people. So that's really, really good. Makes me very happy. You know, a lot has happened in the last 2 months since our training course in Skopje, and the last 2 months have been very challenging, and you know, I hope you have been the best you can be considering the circumstances, and you know, staying at home, social distancing, respecting all the guidelines and directives in your countries. You know, because yeah, this pandemic really made the whole world stop for a little bit. But I guess the good news is that we're finally seeing some light at the end of this Corona tunnel. You know, finally some countries are slowly, you know, loosening up the measures. And for example, I don't know, Italy has its lowest daily rates. In Spain, you're finally allowed to go out after 6 weeks, no, not 6 months, what am I saying? After 6 weeks at home. Denmark is slowly reopening. Macedonia is slowly reopening. So I guess better days are coming. And the worst is behind us, so to speak. But as you know, it's Europe's birthday today. So we also wanted to talk to you about this great thing called Europe, our European reality today, and how you all feel about it, and what are some things that we want to share following this pandemic. But let's do a round per country. I'm going to ask everyone now in this chat to please quickly tell the Spanish team who you are, and tell them in 1 sentence, what is your project? Please be as quick as possible, you know, and just say, hi, my name is this, from this country, my project is this, in interest of time. So how should we do this? Let's start with Denmark, because you're all together. Why don't you start? Maybe the coordinators can start and present yourself and tell everyone a little bit about your project.
My name is Rui, and I'm the coordinator from Denmark.
My name is Kevin, and I'm Rui's assistant.
Right, my name is Jonathan, and I'm doing a project with my organization, with Javier. We are called C-Cube, and my project is called Open the Kimono.
Yeah.
My name is Capucine, and my project is about gathering people in nature.
You go, Lina.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Lina, and my project is Food Sharing Copenhagen, saving food waste.
My name is Javier. The name of my project is called The New Creative Tenants. And did you finish? Yes. Yeah, perfect. The New Creative Tenants, and it's about integrating a group of homeless guys who are going to live in a cultural center.
And then we should have a 5th element here. It's not here. And one thing for everybody, Rambo is moving to Scotland. So we have already one replacing him, which calls Shub from India. And this project is the Solitude Sky Bar.
Oh, Rambo is moving to Scotland. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you, Denmark.
Going,
really,
so the poor guy, you know.
Yeah. Thank you, Denmark. It was really nice to see you and meet you and say hi to you again. Who shall we go with next? Macedonia. Let's go with you next. Start with the coordinators, and then everyone say a little bit about yourself and your project.
So hello guys, I'm Nicola from Macedonia. I'm the project coordinator from Macedonia and the applicant organization of this project, Volunteers Skopje. And very happy to see you all here, and hope to see you in person in a few months.
Okay, hi, my name is Goran. I'm also part of the Volunteer Center of Skopje. Nice to see you after 2 months. And I will be trying to help the Macedonian team to make their project.
Hi, my name is Jules. I am a European volunteer for Volunteer Center Skopje, and I have been taking pictures and doing reportage for this project.
Perfect. Should I go?
Maria, go.
My name is Maria, and I'm taking action with young people.
She's not making progress. She's taking pictures.
Maria?
Peter,
Hi,
Stefania?
yeah, hi. I'm Stefania, and my project is about stress, relieving stress, and the pressure of stress on the relationships.
Peter, we cannot hear you.
Peter, you're muted.
He looks like
Oh, Peter, you're muted.
through social media. Oh fuck, it's my turn.
Now you can talk.
Peter, something with your microphone. Oh, your mic is dying.
That's a great statement.
Okay, well, that's Peter, everyone. Okay, who shall go next? Shall we go with Romania next?
Now, Jana.
Jana.
Ah, Jana, yes, Jana. Hi, I'm so sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Jana, and my project is about finding a way for autistic people to join scouting.
Yeah. Peter says, my name is Peter, and my project is about health and well-being, promoting hiking and taking care of Macedonian nature and mountains. Okay. Yeah, Romania.
You're muted.
Oh, Dan, you're muted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Dan. I'm from Romania, and I'm very, very happy to be here today. All the best from here. I'm the coordinator of Romanian team.
He was fighting with a bear or something before. He just nailed the fight.
Where's Bogdan?
Hey, it's me. It's here. You can hear me, but you cannot see me.
Yes, you're hiding.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have a problem with my video camera, but I see you all. My name is Bogdan. I'm also from Romania, and I'm the project manager assistant of the magician, call it like that. It was lovely to meet you all in the training here, and happy European Day to everyone.
Okay, now the Romanian team. Who's here?
Hello.
Vera, Cristina, Danny. Yes, I see you. Okay, start.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Vera, and firstly, I really miss you a lot, guys. Can't wait for October. And my project is about foreign students, social inclusion in my university. I'm very excited to start this finally after this everything ends, and to make some action to put plans into real life.
It's Vera speaking.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Ionut, but everybody calls me Maluma. My project is about legalizing the access with kayaks and boats on a lake for recreational purpose.
Hello, my name is Dani. I'm from Romania, and my project is about decreasing the suicide rates among teenagers in my county.
Hello, I'm Christina, and my project is to create an NGO to be able to organize Erasmus Plus projects for teenagers.
Hello, my name is Razvan, and my project is to do a mountain biking road.
Thank you, Razvan. Okay, I think that's everyone from Romania. That means next up is Cyprus. Tell us who you are and what are your projects. Let's start with the coordinators. Hello, Angelos.
My name is Angelos Parmagias. I represent Citizenship Power NGO in Cyprus. I'm the coordinator of the fantastic group from Cyprus. I don't know why I hear myself twice. It's exciting to be in this Zoom meeting with all these amazing young people with exceptional project ideas. Now I'll give the word to Mariana to see if she thinks about her project idea.
Hi guys again, I'm Mariana. My main idea is to use art as a communicational method to connect people together. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We hear you, Andreas. Maybe you can give you can say a few things with Andrea.
Andrea, unmute.
Andrea is unmuted.
Hello guys, my name is Andrea. And try to support all the projects, but I am more involved with Andrea's project. That is a thematical space, and I give the access to Andrea.
Okay, and it's gonna be a gallery which is gonna be about raising awareness about the influence of fast fashion industry in the environment and in humans as well.
Nice.
Hi guys, I'm Marios. Actually, I'm doing a project that is based on how the business should manage their earnings and give some to charity or to the employees back. Basic, I'm gonna create a project based on that. See you.
Make money again.
Hi guys. My name is okay. Hi guys, my name is Christoforos, and my project is about public health and self-development.
Nice.
Hello,
Hi, Mihalis.
I'm Mihalis from Cyprus. My subject is about environment and sustainability. And my project is to push people to recycle plastic bottles by installing a recycle bin that looks like a plastic fish, that looks like a fish structure in one sea line of Cyprus.
Very nice. Anyone else from Cyprus here that we didn't talk to? I think that's everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that means everyone told the Spanish team who we are, and now we finally want to hear from you. If we can start with the coordinators, and then everyone from the Spanish team, tell us a little bit about who you are and what is your project.
Hello, this is Anna. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
This is Anna, the coordinator from the Spanish team. Just to let you know, we are 4 people from Spain because the rest of the people was working or doing exams. So, así es.
Hi everyone, my name is Javier. I'm one of the other coordinators from Spain. Just saying that we were very excited to meet you all, and it was a pity we couldn't be there, but we hope we will see each other soon.
For sure.
Okay. I'm start?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Laia. I'm 20 years old, and I'm not speaking English very good, but I'm ready. And my project is about teaching Spanish to migrants with my city, Spanish and Catalan language with immigrants people living in the city.
Very nice. Thank you, Laia. Nice to meet you.
And
Who
hello,
else?
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Danny, and my project is about an art association for young people.
Okay, here we go. Which flag of the 5 countries in this project has the most colors? Pick one.
I was clicking on the images.
Yeah, me too. Bad UX.
Okay, Spain was the correct answer.
Yeah.
Next.
Who has clicked Denmark?
Fuck you, Ben.
Yeah? Who the hell has clicked Denmark? We have less colors.
No, I didn't.
How old is the European Union?
Oh, fuck. Turkey. What?
Well, you know, it's
Think
politically.
Hvor gammel er EU? There's no 45. Yeah. Har du noget? Founded in 45.
Whoa.
It was founded in 57.
1 year before I born, yes.
Yeah, that's true. It was not the,
How many countries are located on the European continent? 51, 44, or 40?
I just went for 44.
of course, mirror numbers.
All right.
Mirror numbers.
Yeah.
4.
Mirror numbers.
Did I get right or wrong?
Now it's the European continent, not EU.
Yeah, mirror numbers.
They always win too.
God.
Remember. You're right.
Correct. Okay, Vera. Now we're getting to know each other.
The winner. Third. Okay.
Maria is the winner. Yay!
Oh, Lina, you're good.
Oh, Neda, you're second.
Bravo.
Did I know the answers? Cheating.
Thank you.
Maria, you won.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Yay, you were the fastest and with the most correct answers.
Yeah, I know.
Yay, bravo, Maria.
Thanks.
Hope you guys had fun with this quiz. And hope you learned something. So now, finally, we get to our little discussion. Little questions and answers session where we discuss a little bit about, you know, what is happening around the world right now, what is happening in our countries right now. We want to hear from you, like I said in the email. How do you feel? What do you think will happen next after this pandemic? So yeah, let's start. And if you want to say something while someone else is talking, like I said, just maybe send a message in chat or unmute yourself and talk when they are done. So yeah, let's start. How shall we start? I was thinking maybe we can start with saying, I don't know, are there some things that you are missing a lot right now, or something that you're struggling with during this pandemic? What are you going through right now? Just share your thoughts with us. What are you missing the most?
Can I?
Life.
I think that now people started reconsidering again the interpersonal communication, which is actually one of the most important things that we used to do in our everyday lives. And not only that, in Cyprus, due to the very strict measurements they took, I think that people started appreciating more the nature, or just as simple as that, to go out for a walk, or the interaction with nature and all these things that we had for granted for so many months, days, the most simple things. And I think this is like a big lesson. I think that whatever happening is happening for a reason. And I think that it's time for us to wake up and start being more thankful of what we used to have that we don't have anymore now, and to reflect what is going to happen next. But I see it also as a chance for a transformation, for a society transformation. I mean, we can apply these kind of meetings in our everyday life, or to make our lives easier by using the technology in a proper way instead of destroying, let's say, the society of the use of the technology.
Thank you, Mariana. Very insightful. Anyone else want to say something else about what lessons are we learning from this crisis? What are some of the things we become aware of during these times where we're locked up inside? Yes, Andrea, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that I've seen a lot of people now, because we're locked at our places, going through the process of esoteric development, because you cannot really escape anymore your life through distraction. So I see a lot of people reconsidering their lives, their goals, their lifestyles. So I see that as a good positive impact of the whole situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Having time for yourself, pretty much.
Anyone else? What do you miss, or what are some lessons that we learned? Goran or Mario?
Hi. Okay. What I will not say the standard things that we have to change in our lives as persons. I want to say it for bigger things. That our system seems that is not working anymore. We have to change it. We have to change the way that we handle the things in our political system. And also we have to change the system in European Union, which is also problematic. As we saw some countries that they didn't have the needed help in this situation, as Italy, for example. They didn't have the help that they needed as other countries. So we have to change things altogether, united.
Mm-hmm.
You also open the mic to say yes. Did you guys see this? Yes.
Goran, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I want to say that, like Mariana said, I'm not sure that we are going to learn the lesson right now, because I think that the people in this period came more selfish than usually. Is my opinion, because they are now taking care just for themselves, not for anyone else. Especially what Mario said. Now I saw a lot of missing of humanity in the European Union by each country, but also with us, like men, like individuals. I think that now we became more selfish. So I hope that that's the first phase, and the second phase will be that the good one, that now we are going to be more care about all things that is happening around us. So we'll try to be a better man and to make better systems, better countries.
Thank you. Any response from Denmark? Someone wanted to say something?
Right. I also think some of the things that is going to change is how we engage into like our cultural space as a medium of how we can kind of connect through culture. And right now there's so much experimentation going on in kind of trying to reinvent kind of like cultural storytelling to fit this situation and isolation that we are all experiencing in some way or another. So I also think, you know, out of this experimentation is going to come a different kind of way of using cultural storytelling as a medium of connecting, you know, over distance.
Okay. A lot of interesting lessons learned. I want to hear more from you. Like, what are some other things? Okay, so you think we have become more selfish, we need to re-evaluate societies and the way the system is working, how we interact in cultural spaces in the future. What are some other things that you kind of realized during this time that you think will change and will constitute whatever this new normal will be after things reopen, after societies reopen? How do you imagine this new normal? It's a difficult question, I know, but yeah, just whatever you think.
There is writing on the chat.
On the chat. Peter. I would love after the pandemic to have a lockdown Sunday once every 4 or 5 weeks so we can relax a bit as a community. We need to practice these lockdowns more. So it's like a nice time out for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, to me, I feel like the whole planet is more calm. And I feel like calm is the solution to everything. I feel like before it was way too much things going on. We were doing too many things unnecessary. And I hope that, yeah, I hope that we will keep this more quiet and calm way of doing things and more thinking.
Yeah. Corona lockdown brought repetitive behavioral patterns for many people, like all the things that they would take for granted, and some things that they would not necessarily feel so nice with, like a boring job, but you always have to go there every day. And once it's cut, you don't have to go to a job. Only then you can feel that, okay, I can actually change it. All the things that have gotten very static and seemed like totally unchangeable, like even if we think about climate change and all these things, we actually can see how change can happen fast if we all come to a same goal and we can stop the planes from going, and we don't need to consume so much and go shopping so much and fly so much, so we can actually slow down the time and consumption and get more into natural rhythm of life.
Yes, for sure. Anyone else wants the future to look like that?
Honestly, I miss my friends.
You miss your friends?
Yeah, and I think that this Corona time helped me to realize the importance of socialization and the importance of being with people and talking with them, and also brainstorming with them, and how actually they can help us to do something, because you know it's always easier when you have someone to speak with and to help you with something. Comparing with this situation, I think that the socializations has a lot of pressure on us and also on our mental health. And honestly, I miss my busy life, and also I think that that part of the socialization, it's more important than we think, and it's really helpful for some of the things. Maybe it's true that we have lived in like society where everything was busy and etc., but also I think that we need it to be more efficient.
Yeah, personal interactions are really important. I'm sure we all miss those the most and can't wait to see our friends and to see, you know, people that are dear to us. So yeah, for sure. But you touched on one important topic, which was mental health, and it's a very, very vast topic that I'm not sure we can cover super quickly now in this discussion. But you know, it has definitely gotten a lot of attention, which is good, and a lot of media and a lot of organizations and institutions realize that during these times mental health is really, really important, because it is a change, it is an unprecedented situation, unprecedented circumstances that we are in. So we have to really take care of our maybe anxiety or stress or how we deal with the situation. So yeah, hopefully you're all managing this very successfully, and you know, like I keep saying this phrase because you know, I hope you're doing the best you can in the circumstances, because everyone is dealing with it in their own way. So yeah, good to see that you're all okay, but I don't want to talk too much. I want to hear from you. Yes, Jules.
Yes, I think I hope for the future people will be more aware of the dedication of medical staff, because, for instance, in France we have this bad habit to take it as granted, as something just normal. We demand medical care, and we do not show. Sometimes not enough respect is shown to medical staff. So I hope now they will be more considered. So yes, and I think people who are allegedly normal people have been demonstrated until when the notion of sacrifice and solidarity can be implemented. So it's very positive.
Thank you, Jules. Yeah, that's one of the positive things that came out of this. We recognize the importance of essential workers. Any other positive things that you can think about with this situation? Yes, Andrea.
Yeah, I see it really positively in the sense that every time something falls, then the chaos, then it's the time to reconstruct it within new values. So I see this actually as an opportunity to reconstruct in an individual level your life again, rethink it and rebuild it in a new manner, and as a bigger picture of the whole community, how it works. I think it's a time to actually reconstruct how we want it.
For sure. Okay, any other positives you guys can think of?
Hello, can I say?
Yep.
I just, in the context of Andrea, what she just mentioned, the positive thing that it came from my point of view that this situation also brings us a bit more closer with our family and with the people which we miss it for so long time, and focusing on job and activities and doing something. We get some time, or I can say from a personal story, but also personal example, but also from what people also discussing, that we have so many things on to-do list which we are postponing so long times. And I think that in this period we managed to do many things, especially family related, and to stay more time with the family and to think how to use the time in the future more efficient and more positively. That we're in this kind of situation, people lost close people, but in this kind of situation, people we reunion and we regather with old I don't know, habits which we forgot during before the crisis start, you know. So yeah, the positive thing, just to sum up, that gathering and doing some things which we postponed for a long time. Yeah.
Thank you, Nicola. Okay, so now this leads me to my next question, which is, you know, all of us are working on all these amazing projects that we had the vision to do in the old way of things, in the old world, before the pandemic world. Who here thinks that with the measures that will take place after this pandemic, this might be a bit of a risk for your projects, and it might affect some of your planned activities? Or do you worry that you might have to change some aspects of your projects? So basically I'm asking you, as, you know, active citizens, how do you think this will affect your work and your project that you planned for pre-pandemic? What are your thoughts about this? Yes, Maria.
So basically, my project is based on interaction, with people and on interpersonal communication. My plan was to create something like a workshop, an artistic workshop, where people are gonna take part in communications like we did also in the program during the week we were in Macedonia. And in the end, I wanted to create an inviting exhibition where people can come, interact with the end projects and also with people. And I think that to change the whole idea and rearrange it according to that digitalized world, it's gonna cause me some difficulties and problems. But I think that according to what I said before, it's time for me to reconsider again the opportunities of the technology and use programs like Zoom or other replacements that don't stop me from that interaction with people. I mean, it's very challenging. It's a bit difficult for me because I never had the opportunity to use it through digital medium.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be challenging, but maybe it's time to add some new. I don't know how to explain, but maybe it's gonna be very helpful also for future options.
Yeah.
Maybe to create something online galleries or platforms where people can connect through culture. Maybe it's an opportunity for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I encourage you to have these conversations with your mentors, you know, to see if something needs to be changed or if it's possible to change some things that are no longer possible in the next few months. Just have these conversations with your mentors and see if you can reinvent some elements of your projects just to keep the project going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just to keep everything happening as planned. Okay, anyone else wanted to share some thoughts about your project? Do you think this will be affected or you can adapt easily? Yes, Danny.
Do you guys hear me? Yes. I think in this period, all of our projects are in small measurements affected. And while talking about my particular project, for example, my way is to raise awareness through music, through live performance, and this is what I just. I don't know if you can believe. I think.
Romania bans all concerts and music festivals until 2021. Oof.
Exactly, and we need to find some other ways to like spread the word around. And yes, not only that, but by connecting to people is gonna be a hard time. But I guess we will adapt somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, for me it's also I mean it's also about gathering, you know, and gathering in with people like face to face and in nature. So for now, I still organize it, but in smaller groups. I think it's still possible to do it in smaller groups and even bigger gatherings. I think I'm taking it day by day. You know, from one day to another, it can change. So they also canceled big gatherings here in Denmark until the summer, until the end of the summer. But they might. I think it might be until 50 people, like smaller gatherings. So yeah, I just take it day by day, and I do it anyway, even if it's like smaller groups. Yeah.
Thanks, Capucine. Yes, Anna.
Yeah, just like a quick view from the Spanish group, if the participants are not sharing now, but during the mentoring sessions we are having the same concern. Like many of the activities are actually planned to do it face to face and in groups. So we are still waiting to see how the measures from the government allow that and looking for other solutions. But for some of the activities it's quite difficult, but we are working on that.
Thank you. Andreas wanted to say something?
Hello guys. The most of the project, because it's about active citizenship, they need to have interaction with people.
Yes.
Whatever is happening now, I think is changing through days to days, through weeks to weeks, and we need to prepare ourselves for the West scenario that is gonna be connection with people through online platforms. I'm not sure how is the situation in other countries. In Cyprus, it's very strict, and the people start to don't follow very well the situation. So, for example, our exhibition, we will organize it, but we want to use the documentary, like to make it like documentation. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Andreas. Yes, it's uncertain. We don't know what the future will be like or what will be allowed in the countries. So like you said, it's very difficult at the moment to make decisions because we're all waiting to see what our governments will decide. You know, in some countries, even the governments are confused what the next measures are going to be and what the next 2 weeks are going to look like. So if they don't know, how can we plan, you know, not knowing what will happen? It's a very interesting, challenging situation to be in. But that's why I was kind of wanting to hear from you. Is there, like, it's a challenge, an additional layer of challenge for you to reconsider two scenarios, right? One scenario is if you can go and do your project as originally planned. Let's say the measures get very, you know, restricting only huge gatherings and etc., but everything else is more or less normal up to, I don't know, 50 people or so. So one scenario is that you can still go ahead with your project as originally planned, but plan B would be to have to replan how you can do some of your activities virtually or with social distancing or with, you know, respecting the measures, which is something that we're seeing around in Europe, even as we speak, you know, and not just in Europe, in the world. You know, in the news, you could hear that, yes, for example, Fridays for Future strikes are canceled, but we still hear about other alternative ways of demonstrating. For example, in Brazil, I don't know if you heard, they were banging pots and pans from their balconies. Or in Germany, they left empty chairs to express how restaurants are you know, suffering from not having any guests. Or in Poland, they had a protest with social distancing with every 2 meters. So there are possibilities and things that we can reinvent to kind of juggle the current situation. But that's why I wanted to hear from you. Are you slowly thinking about this, or are you just waiting to see what will happen? Which is okay. To be honest, even myself, I'm waiting to see what will happen in the next 2-3 weeks so that it's more clear to us what are the restrictions, what are the measures that we will have to abide by. So, yeah. Just some thoughts for you. If you want to share something, if you think you can wait a little bit, I remind you we have until, you know, basically end of September to do your projects, beginning of October even. So that we have some time, and you don't need to have a decision tomorrow or right now about what you want to do. Just start thinking of plan B and be prepared. of what happens. I talked too much. I said I'm not gonna talk. Okay. Yeah. Anyone wants to add something? Something that's on your mind?
I think it's interesting to try to adapt. As I said, it's very challenging. If we do adapt our projects to the situation now, but we could wait. I mean, summer is coming, so maybe if we wait 2-3 weeks, we could still do maybe, as Capucin said, not in big groups, but in smaller groups, these gatherings we had in mind. But it's also, I don't know, for me, it's a bit confusing because from the one perspective, it's very challenging, and it's gonna be interesting if I try to adapt it in a virtual way. But at some point, the interpersonal or the face-to-face interaction is needed in some projects. So we'll challenge ourselves. We'll see.
Yes, Javier.
Hi, I just wanted to say that sometimes, at least, and I don't know, I know we are in the framework of a project and etc. But sometimes also, if we are doing projects around, activism and about improving people's life, there is new opportunities in these situations we are living, and it is okay to change your mind and address a different need and change your project, because now you're seeing a different thing that needs to be addressed. And maybe there will come the time, I hope, where you can go back to your project. But now maybe there is another opportunity out there that is waiting for you that makes more sense in the actual time we are living.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for that. Okay, any other thoughts on the topic?
About my project, I have plan B, but I'm waiting about the situation and everything, because I think that the situation in Macedonia and also the way of living of Macedonian youngsters, I think it's not appropriate to work on online or something like that, according to my topic. And that's why I still wait, and I'm planning to wait until it's possible, and to see if there would be a possible chance to make it face to face.
Okay, here's the question, and I want to hear from everyone in the group. What are you most looking forward to when this is over?
Travel.
Party.
Party and travel.
Party, travel, okay. What else?
Seeing my family.
Seeing your family, yeah.
Seeing my friends.
Seeing your...
Я викам се водят, па ще дека знае дека сме се станали. Да.
What else?
As Andreas said, protest.
Andreas says protest, yeah. You can do it online too, but yes. What are you excited about when this is over? Maybe let's hear from someone who didn't
touch people, hugging and kissing, and being close to us, those who we love.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe let's hear from someone who didn't say much, who didn't say anything.
Do the project, see my friends, others, the family, party as well.
Yes, exactly.
I really want to do a training course.
That's amazing, yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, if there's any other thoughts you have or any other ideas that you want to share about how we want our future to look like, we can maybe, yes.
I think a life we had before was really good. Like, we didn't appreciate it, but something nice.
I want to add also that it's a reason why I lost my job, because it was something that you can do only with socializing, interacting with people, social services, I mean, and working with kids, teaching, these kind of jobs. It's very critical time for these jobs. And my wish is, after all this is over, I wish people will find a new job, or I don't know, find new alternatives, working online maybe, teaching online, or especially in the artistic sector with music doing or arts. I hope and I wish that people can think of new solutions for art workers.
I want to say that in this time, probably everywhere, you cannot embrace a person. So this idea is not mine, it's from Iceland. Go and embrace a tree. So go out and embrace trees.
Hug trees. Very nice. Okay. Well, yeah, we talked about this a little bit. I think Andrea touched on this a little bit, that every crisis offers opportunities as well. So I just want to remind you that, you know, there is an opportunity in this crisis for us as well. There is something positive for me in this crisis, is that there's a lot of interesting energy around the idea that actually this virus, this pandemic, is a reason to pause and reevaluate how we do things in our societies, like many of you were saying. We reevaluate what is unacceptable, and we think about what can be done better. So basically now we have an opportunity to think about how we want to reconstruct and reopen the societies once these lockdowns are over, and how we can ensure that there's a good social change in our societies. So it is projects like ours that certainly play a role, and us as active citizens definitely have a voice in making that change as effective as possible. Because, you know, now everyone is confused about the future and how we're shaping this new normal. Even politicians, even institutions, they're all a little bit confused, and our role and our projects now are even more important than they were before the pandemic. That's why you should believe in your projects now even more than you did before the pandemic, because, you know, we need to use our enthusiasm to truly be, as the title of this project says, at the front lines of change and at the front lines of active citizenship in our societies. And I hope that we can reuse this this energy to reshape our future together. So please believe in your projects. Please keep your enthusiasm about the change that you want to achieve with your projects and societies, and please keep this energy going so we can be a part of this post-pandemic world, post-pandemic Europe, where societies are a little, you know, better and more just. Wait, something is happening in the chat. Let's make EU great again. Yes. Okay. Well, any final thoughts, you guys? Something that you wanted to share and that you didn't get a chance to do yet?
I want to say that it's really, really great that even though we have this pandemic, we are able to celebrate the Day of Europe together. So happy birthday, Europe. Happy birthday, European Union. And
yes, happy birthday, Europe.
Experience just make us stronger as a union, as Europe, and just as people.
Absolutely. Thank you then for, yeah. Happy birthday, Europe. Happy birthday to this lovely continent that we are very fortunate to live on. And yeah, thank you guys for joining this call. Stay safe, stay enthusiastic, and hope to see you again soon in some other maybe Zoom call or thank you guys. And yeah, thank you for joining. Enjoy your day and good luck with your projects, and keep us posted with everything that's happening with you.